only Rex. Do T-Rex next. You should do Raptor or
Every
T-Rex.
dino
Only
is video
Rex.
like this, can you
Replace
do
every
Rex?
dino with
Every
Rex.
dino
Every
is
dino is
Rex.
Rex.
Dino
Every
is
dino is
Rex.
Rex. Fine, I'll do Rex only. But before that, I gotta ask my buddy Ghoul for permission. Let's go! So as you probably guessed, today I decided to replace every dino with Rex, a very recognizable dino both in real life and in ARK. Anyways, the goal for today is to beat the Overseer on Alpha, and with that being said, sit back, relax, and enjoy what is probably going to be my first ever 1 hour video. Boy, let's go. Shut up. Off to a great start as always. The beginning of such challenges went as you might expect. However, despite me knowing I was going to die a lot, that didn't stop me from trying to have some fun. Easy? No. Easy? 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 Oh, I'm dead. GG. Let's go. Do a north run. So plan is do a north run over here. Go bam, 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 bam. Probably gonna die over here. And then go here. And make a base here, if possible, and then we can play the game. So, let's go. So about that note run that I was talking about earlier. Okay. Also, if I sound funny, that's because I was a little bit sick while recording this video. So, yeah, just thought I'd let you know. Hello, sir. GG. I do have a plan for how I want to continue. Oh, hello, Explore, thank you. No, okay, GG. Okay. After getting a lot of levels from that Explore Note run, it was time to actually try and get some resources such as flint, stone, and pretty much everything you'd ever need for the early game. Except hide. Because you see, due to the Rex's abundance, it was pretty damn hard to actually kill one. And no, I'm not drowning them this time because I'm not... After getting some stuff, I want to continue my plan from earlier and make my way to the local mountain for metal, crystal, and maybe build a base. Once arrived there, however, things were looking grim, to say the least. So I tried running away and ran into this. Hello. Whoa. Now the reason why I was kinda happy to see these Alpha Rexes was because you know how they drop resources during regular gameplay, right? And you also know how I love to use the upgrade station? Yeah, but what I thought would be awesome for this video would be that what if I gave the Rexes unique drop pools so that this would make farming in the late game both more entertaining and also make the early game harder and just lead to a more engaging video. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below, because for now, I gotta find a way to actually survive. A base spot that I haven't touched in ages was the lava cave. This little cave on the shores of the island was perfect for this challenge as it had a narrow entrance that Rexes couldn't get past and it was very easy to get to. And with this information in mind, I got to work. The place where Rexes couldn't spawn was incredibly vast, which granted me just enough safety and space to expand, but in order to do that, I actually had to get some resources. And not die, of course. Another advantage of the lava cave was that I could retreat into it at any point and easily kill any Rexes and my front porch for easy hide. Using my newly acquired hides, I crafted a mortar and pestle as well as a refining forge. The cave also allowed me to get some crystals, which I quickly turned into the mandatory spyglass. Now, with things going somewhat decent, it was time to shift my focus into taming a Rex of my own. For that, I was going to need a lot of narcotics. Thankfully, while farming, I was also getting stimberries, by far the most useful resource in this whole challenge. Then I got some flint, some thatch, and tried cleaning my front porch yet again. Actually, killing this guy will allow me to tell you what I wanted to tell you a little bit earlier. Why the f did I speak, man? Whatever. After dying, I decided it would be better to craft a smithy and farm the resources from inside the cave. Once that was done, the meat I got earlier finally spoiled, so I could craft my first batch of trank arrows. While those were crafting, I wanted to try and find low-level alpha that I could kill in hopes of getting a good crossbow or long neck to speed up the trank process. As I was about to say. Alpha, level. The game was really approving my idea though, so defeated, I returned home and made a crossbow. With it, I tried checking the inside of the lava cave, and to my surprise, there was a 145 female waiting inside. Problem, it has 11 melee, which is absurdly low and very hard to come back from even after taming her. So I said fuck that and continued farming berries. In order to rank a high level Rex, I was going to need about 100 arrows, so I was definitely getting there, but in the meantime, I wanted to grab some gates and get a full flag set.
Ouch. No! Level 10.
Unfortunately, as I was cleaning my front yard, the Sulfurex literally popped out of nowhere. He was very low level though, but that doesn't mean that he couldn't kill me.
But this is good, this is good. If I beat this guy, I could get crazy fucking loot, dude.
For worrying about him though, I needed more hide and I needed it fast, so I was on killing those Rexes from earlier. And now it's time for the second gimmick of this challenge. Regular Rexes can drop all tributes. This is because I usually give myself the tributes before going to a boss. This will hopefully solve that problem and, like the other change, make the video more entertaining. Again, let me know in the comments. Since I was preparing for war, I returned home to make a bunch of arrows, which I was about to use in just a moment. I also now had enough hide and metal for the rest of the flag set, so things were definitely going fantastic so far. And because of that, I decided to take a break and head on over to the gym, where I had an absolute wicked chest day. Now, if you're into sports yourself, then you might know how important nutrition is for you, as it provides you with a bunch of protein, carbohydrates, and so many more, all essential for a healthy body. The only downside to such meals would be that cooking them every day does get very repetitive, which is where the sponsor of today's video, Factor, comes into play. Factor allows you to order fresh, chef-crafted and ready-to-eat food right at your doorstep. The best part is that their menu is completely customizable by you. So if you want to actually pursue your weightlifting goals with high protein meals, or maybe you just want to take some time away from meat and enjoy some vegan alternatives, Factor is literally bound to have something for everyone. On top of all that, Factor also delivers a plethora of juices, breakfasts, snacks and so many more. But if you're still unconvinced about trying out Factor for yourself, by scanning this QR code or using the link in the description, you can buy your first Factor box for 50% off. Yes, 50. As well as 20% off your next 4 boxes, which makes Factor literally free to try out. Also, each purchase directly supports my channel, which in turn encourages me to continue attempting all the crazy challenges I do in ARK. So yeah, again, thank you so much to Factor for sponsoring this video, literally my favorite sponsor. Make sure to check them out, and with that being said, we have an overseer to defeat. While dealing with the Rex, I noticed that the Alpha returned, so I decided to initiate plan use gate.
Oh, never mind, I'm not trapping him up.
Yeah, okay. So since that was a total disaster, how about returning the cave to tame that 135 and take a gamble? I mean, something has to be better than nothing, right? Yeah, well, the Rex is not there anymore.
110, 15 points. Female, not bad, not bad. Okay, I'm taming this one.
Thankfully though, it didn't take me too long to actually find another Rex, so I quickly trapped it up.
I don't care. I'm dead. In trap, I don't care.
Must return, I hastily took my revenge and got to ranking what is probably my best and only shot at getting Rex at this stage.
Oh, you gotta be fucking kidding me, man. There's another one coming, dude. Oh my fucking god, you gotta be kidding me, man. Fucking asshole, dude. Oh my god, man!
After running out of durability on my crossbow, I returned home to repair it, and once going back to the Rex, it kinda just escaped the trap.
Oh, he's almost out.
On the bright side, its torpor did skyrocket, so I could definitely rank him, and...
How? No, no, no! Yes, okay, I don't even care if I die here. Actually, I don't care, I don't want to die here.
With Rex knocked out, all I had to do now was survive and stick around until he tamed. Something definitely way easier said than done, as Rexes have a huge aggro range. Back home, I also realized that I literally have 0 meat.
We're fucked. We're so fucked.
Now, since the Rexes do love to sit together, either in a pack or with their significant other, killing them becomes incredibly time consuming, especially in my current position. Either way, after actually managing to kill a Rex, harvesting him and almost dying, and repairing my flag, it was time to return to that ranked Rex and hopefully not return home empty-handed.
No, 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 no.
With each death, my time was running shorter and shorter, and eventually, after grabbing my stuff back, the Rex tamed, but this happened.
No! Oh my fucking god, dude.
After a tremendous disappointment, it was time to pull out the big guns. It was time to finally kill an Alpha Rex, so I crafted a bunch of crossbows, even more arrows, and a raft. You can probably see where I'm going with this. My plan to defeat the mighty beast was to take him far, far away into the ocean so that he was alone and shoot him until he died. But after seeing the damage I was dealing, which, I thought it would be faster to just drown him. Except Alphas can drown? Well, I guess I'm shooting him until he dies.
Oh, by the way, fun fact. I actually went driving today, and in 3 days I have to take the test and see if I get my license. So I'll let you guys if I get it. Hope I got it.
Since it took 10 years to deal 200 damage to him, I thought it would be smarter to try and use the strat I used in my Dodo Rex video. Go underwater, shoot him, and then when I'm out of oxygen, return to the raft. The Rex, however, was very buggy actually when I tried this, and he just completely stopped doing anything. Because of that, I decided to abuse him and shoot him as much as I could before his brain reactivated.
Three, 2, and the last one. Please, dude. I'm close my eyes. Is it good? You guys tell me. I'm gonna look in 3, 2. Well, I'm definitely not killing another one. That was way too fucking time consuming.
The loot Rex drop was decent, to say the least. It doesn't help me at all in my current position, but the meat could be cooked and eaten, so at least I was set on that for a pretty long while. Using my raft, I set sail over to the Herbivore Island, Rex Island I guess, but the reason I was here was that so I could hopefully find a Rex to tank, as there is physically no other way for me to progress, unless I actually get one.
What the fuck am I supposed to do in this scenario? Just fucking wandering, dude! How the fuck do I do this, man?
As morning rose on the beautiful island, I ran into this absolute beast of a tech Rex. Female unfortunately, but for a first tame it will wreak absolute havoc. Before tackling that huge Rex who would proclaim that female, I noticed a decent Rex lost right in front of my base. So I trapped him up and quickly tranked him before anyone started asking me any questions such as who the fuck are you and where the fuck did he go. They didn't discover me, but by the time they did, the Rex was almost out.
What the fuck is this game, dude? How many more, bro? How many more? 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 How many more, dude? How many more, dude? There was one, now there's 10.
After knocking him out, I immediately returned to the comfort of my base and did absolutely nothing until he tamed. Except craft a saddle, of course. After he tamed, I almost ended up in the same situation as before, but thankfully I managed to cryopod him, and with that, I had my first Rex. Not for long, as he was going to get replaced very quickly with a significantly better Rex, but for now, it'll do. The damage he was dealing was pretty laughable, but if running wide so low compared to the usual damage my dinos do, that's because I turned off single player settings for this challenge, which will make things very difficult, especially the alpha bosses coming up. Despite all this, the damage was good enough to take out the nearby Rexes, so I could rank the main attraction. Now I did lose the Rex, which was unfortunate, but his death shall not be in vain. With the Rex strat I could rest somewhat easy, and I said somewhat because I still need more resources, such as more arrows and tranks. You know what I should do? I should really make a fucking bed, so I stop spawning 1 kilometer away every time I die, you know? As morning rose I tried leading the 2 nearby Rexes to a gate so they had something to munch on and would leave me alone while I'm tracking my boy.
No way.
Yeah, boy.
After knocking the Rex out, I resumed my attempt at getting the Rexes far away from him, and afterwards all I did was wait. The hype was real, and the progress I was about to make was gonna be absolutely fucking crazy, dude.
44, 43, holy fuck, he has 10k base HP, dude, what the fuck? Holy sh... Okay, yeah, okay. Did you... let's say damage?
43 HP and 44 melee is... Feeling confident with my new Rex, I wasted absolutely no time and got to cracking some alpha pinatas, making sure to abuse the water glitch I found out a few hours ago.
Big profit, as somebody would say.
The loot this Rex dropped was pretty decent, especially the free sniper bullets which will allow me to go aggro Rexes from afar. After that I gave the Rex a befitting name and instantly returned to searching for more alpha Rexes. I did manage to save the Rex though, but after that I had to spend some precious time healing up my Rex. I mean, okay, this is a very important step, right? Like, losing this Rex will set me back literal hours, and finding a new one with these stats is gonna be crazy hard. So, I got bored after like 3.5k HP and immediately got to fighting more Rexes and trying to look for another one.
What the fuck? What the fuck? Nah, dude. Easy.
With another Rex down, I wanted to make a fabricator. Wanted.
How the fuck do I get cementing paste, bro?
The problem with cementing paste is that I can't get any of it. Or can I? You see, minions are affected by the EVERY DINO is script. So what I could do is I could beat the broodmother Saraneos and use their chitin for cementing paste. This is a late game strategy, but it's my best and only shot at getting cementing paste. Before that, however, we need to actually get a big army going. The stats on the male weren't that bad. I mean, sure, the melee is atrocious, but the HP is somewhat decent. In my scenario though, all I can do is hope.
20 minutes! Ay.
Yep, the egg took 20 minutes to hatch as single player settings were off. I do fix this later in the video and turn it out like 5 minutes, and the reason for that is that I'm just a chill guy who actually values his time and I don't see a point in waiting for things to happen in single player world, so yeah. But for now, while waiting for those minutes, I got busy killing some alphas around the beaches.
Primitive fucking long neck, fucking kidding me, man.
This night fell, I actually remembered that I was on a timer, so I immediately returned home to witness the birth of my son, like a responsible father would. The HP wasn't that good, but the melee was definitely going to come in handy with killing many Rexes. While waiting, I set out again to kill more alphas, but this time I got some very good stuff.
Right shield. Okay. Nice. And what do we get? What do we get? What do we get? What do we get? Please, something good, man. Yes. Yes, dude. Oh.
These shocking tank darts coupled with the weak excuse of long neck I had could most definitely come in handy with getting more females. $20.35 is pretty bad, but another female is always good to have. Back home, I immediately bred the two up and noticed the incredibly slow rates I was having, so I went to investigate. And confirming my suspicion, yes, I wasn't actually using single player settings. And since I was so used to using them, I turned them back on and loaded back in, only to actually realize how broken they are. So, like a normal human being, I actually turned them on and continued this challenge without them, because if I started without them, I'd better finish the fucking challenge without them. And just for the record, my Rex could deal like 1k damage without imprint or mate boost, which was absolutely absolutely crazy. Once loaded back in without the single player settings, the game gave me 19 levels that I couldn't actually get rid of. Now, I did feel bad at this point, but since I didn't have a backup, I decided to just use them and keep going. Only to realize that the game put me over the level cap by 4 levels. These 4 levels won't actually change the outcome of this run and influence it in any way, so just keep watching and enjoy the show.
Decent. Ah, female. Nice, 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 nice.
In the meantime, I went over to kill more alphas. The main thing that I was looking for was a good shotgun, as will literally act as a pocket Rex and will allow me to defend myself very, very easily.
Please, shotgun, 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 shotgun. Fuck. Rashkel saddle, good, good. That's actually very good.
After returning home, I was greeted by a pretty sad sight. My Rex disappeared, and if you're wondering where, he went to the Shadow Realm, because my dumbass forgot to feed him. Well, at least we learn from our mistakes, and this definitely won't happen again later, right?
Metal arrow, compound bow or shotgun, please dude, please. Please man, please. Okay, fine, I'll just take the long neck. I'll take this. No, I'll take this. We take it. We win these. We win these. One, two, and the shotgun. Ooh, ascendant long neck.
While farming more alphas, I got very cocky and started feeling like I was the boss, and tried fighting many Rexes at once, which obviously resulted in, well, someone dying. And after losing my D-Rex, I decided that it would be way smarter to just use the broken long neck I got and try more females to build that army a little bit quicker. Up until this point, I was actually living inside a little hallway, and when you want to breed many Rexes, that space is not necessarily enough. So I began building a little compound just like they used to back in 2016. The Rex on the outside could also be dealt with very easily now that my baby boy grew. So things were definitely going fantastic. Now, don't get me wrong, the compound I built was decent, but far from done, as the Rex could literally fall in my porch at any moment and kill all my babies. But before dealing with that though, we have some more work to do, such as hatching more babies that were actually kinda decent. Not really in a position to complain, but starting now only mention breeding when something interesting happens. Being free of responsibilities, I took out my new ride to kill everything and get some free levels, but it didn't take me too long to actually return home.
No, dude, they're starving to death because I forgot to put food in them.
Hey, you. Finally awake.
Oh my... GG, bro.
We've been progressing like crazy now. I thought it would be finally time to get the artifacts required for the broodmother. So I set out to this cave, and on the way there, killed all alphas in hopes of getting a shotgun.
3 to 1 shotgun, 3 to 1 shotgun, 3 to 1 shotgun. Oh my fucking god. Shotgun, 3 to 1, 3 to 1 shotgun. What do we get? No! Dude, there's no way, dude. Something must be broken. I don't believe it, dude. I don't believe it, man. Come. Turn into a monkey there for a second.
The compound bow was definitely not bad. Don't get me wrong, 600 damage is fantastic, but the arrows are very expensive and it's also not hit scan, so it's not really worth it. Once arriving in the cave though, I actually end up using the bow for a bit to kill some Rexes and clear my path to the cave. And once killing them, I could confidently say that I had one of the 3 artifacts required for the broodmother. And on the way back I also lost another Rex, cause I'm a total idiot when it comes to taking care of a mate boost. Back in the hallway, I deposited everything, hatched this guy, and immediately set out to tame more females for the army I'm currently building. This is also another moment where using no single player settings actually shines, as in pretty much all videos that I've ever made, I used to just tame a male and a female, breed them forever, and just never tame anything again. With that done, I decided I was risking way too many things at this point, so I urgently built the rest of the compound so that absolutely nothing could get in, except an angry alpha, but we don't talk about that. With the compound completed, I crafted many foundations and finally moved out into the sunlight and used those many foundations that I made to spawn-proof the surrounding area so I don't wake up with a Rex inside my base.
What? What the fuck am I playing, dude? This game is so dog shit, man. What the fuck?
Besides this small incident, the compound was looking pretty secure, so I took the freedom of going into the lava cave to greet my neighbors and claim the artifact. On the way out, I noticed a neighbor taking a pretty hot bath, and when I went over to help him, this happened. Once out of the lava cave, I wasted no time and set out to the third and last artifact required for the broodmother, an artifact located all the way in the center of the map. Once arrived inside the cave, I had to deal with a local Alpha Rex that, yeah, I have no idea why they do that, but hey, I'm not complaining, man. Snatched the artifact and immediately headed out. On the way back home, I was made sure to check out the redwoods and they were looking pretty empty. But since I don't have the required equipment to take on the cave, I'll have to return here later.
Oh my fucking god, oh my fucking god, oh my fucking god, wait, oh
my god. Now, saddles also have a very low chance to drop from Rexes, as well as a 50% chance to be a blueprint. So safe to say I got very lucky, but before you actually blame me for giving Rexes busted drops, remember that I'm doing alpha without a pig, without a UT, solo, without spending a week mutating, and that's pretty much it. But yeah, it's gonna be pretty hard, trust me, so I need all the help I can get. After that, I made sure to swap out all my stupidly hot riot for some good old reliable flak. And I know I said I wouldn't tell you about breeding anymore, but this is important, as these hatchlings will grow big and strong to take down the giant spider and award me the precious cementing base to progress. And once that was done, all I had to do was wait for them to grow. While doing so, I wanted to desperately craft a few mastercraft saddles, and the way I was going to do that is by using a crafting skill potion. The resources required are literally the requirements for mind wipe, so I went to quickly get those, and if you're confused, let me explain. The potion basically takes all your points and puts them into crafting skill for 2 minutes. Then it puts them back. Very convenient and very awesome to use. The crafted saddles end up being actually pretty good. Nothing to really complain about them, especially since they're almost at 100 armor. Then I got a female for my main Rex so that I could kill things a little bit faster, which didn't last very long as I'm pretty responsible. So I just killed alphas alone and actually got this to drop.
Yo! Oh my fucking god, we got the shotgun, bro! Oh my god, the fuck, man, it does fucking exist, dude, it does fucking exist, man! Oh my god, okay. 150 damage, bro, what the fuck is that, man? No mate boost. 700 damage, ooh.
After that, it was finally time to prepare for the spooder. The males would obviously get imprinted, about 10 to 12k HP, and the rest went full into melee. Females, which I'll take like 2 or 3, will have all points into HP. This is so that they don't die, as they're pretty important. I didn't have any babies to sacrifice this time, but alas, it's Gamma. What's the worst that could happen, right? Once arriving to the arena, I immediately sent all my Rexes full throttle into Broodmother, which is actually a very bad move, but for now it should be fine as it's only Gamma.
And GG. Okay, awesome. Replicator as well, don't really need it, but I do need this.
After clearing out the whole arena, I got about 5,000 chitin, a very modest amount, so I hope it will suffice. Otherwise, I'll have to return here.
Right here, easy win, GG guys.
The main reason I want cementing paste was so that I could make a grinder and grind everything for a bunch of resources. The problem was that I missed the polymer requirement, which is made from cementing paste. Stone first, worry later.
Oh! Giga hard, let's go, dude.
After accepting my fate, that being having to kill the Broodmother again, I decided to just use the polymer and cementing paste to craft some more utilities, such as a refrigerator and an air conditioner, so I could actually hatch all of these without too much hassle. And thanks to having cementing paste, I could also craft a canteen which makes timberries even better than before. Last thing I wanted was flippers, but silica pearls are literally on the other side of the map, so not yet. Before moving on to the boss again, I gathered some more useless babies and gave it to the boss squad for some insane levels, like holy fuck man, 20 levels for a baby is fucking wild. The babies also fall through the floor for some reason, so the game robs me of like 10 metal per baby.
Dude, stop falling for the map, man. What the fuck is going on, dude? I can't kill the fucking babies or what, man?
With the whole boss squad ready, the only thing standing in between me and that grinder were the few artifacts and the big ass spider. Yeah, the shotgun was a huge improvement and would 100% carry me throughout the later parts of the video. But since I was here, I want to check out the redwoods as well, and
I think there's... Yeah, redwood is... By the way, I just got my driver's license today, just arrived. Let's fucking go, man. Easy win, easy peasy. Your boy is now legally allowed to drive. Let's fucking go, man.
unfortunately, as you've seen, the boss did manage to kill one Rex. Not a big problem as I did get my chitin, which does look a little bit short, but one can hope. Back home, it was time for some intense rock farming to get the grinder up and running ASAP. Since metal was the last resource I actually required, I expanded metal production as I usually do, and well, waited.
Let's breed, boy. Okay, grinder. Let's see. Can I make? Make? Ooh, very expensive. Okay, this should be everything, and now it's gonna print grind all. I have 100 items for 100. Oh boy.
Oh my fucking god. Okay, dude. Oh my. Okay, dude. Yup. I got everything from silica to gunpowder to metal to fucking everything, man. I also got 3.5 keys mending base that I the other thing salvaged my mistake. Using the silicas, I also made sure to invest in some flippers, which is my pretty much only movement upgrade, as well as the tank, which does come in handy, but it's hella fucking heavy. After that, I invested in a chemistry bench so that I could craft everything way faster, especially bullets for the shotgun. Then I made some grapples, and with that being said, it's time to get the rest of the artifacts. The 4 I had was also going to come in crazy clutch for the 2 cold caves I had to deal with, as well as the Megapithecus arena, when I actually get there. The Crown Island was very packed with Rexes, so I had no choice but to clear them out. And in doing so, the game awarded me with this. Now, if you've watched this video, you probably know about the Witch Owl, literally my favorite chibi in this game.
Oh my god, man, this is so cool, dude. It's a fucking chibi with a snow orb, man. Oh, I'm so dumb.
My game crashed.
Awesome.
Once arrived back home, I crafted the rest of the saddles and tried getting the good stats on the mail yet again.
Please, it's 40.
I did start getting way more mutations at this point, but that's probably because I'm breeding like 50 Rexes at a time. After being done with that, I went on over to grab the last required artifacts, because the last thing I need to do is copy the stats, rebreed, level, and we can go beat the bosses. Back home, I ran everything and set out to the Redwood. On the way, however, I changed my mind and decided to go kill the monkey first, as all it has going for it is its high damage, so I could maybe kill him before he killed me. Or at least so I hope. The first thing I did was equip all my Rexes with top-notch saddles, as well as give them around 2 to 3 babies for some insane levels. And once that was done, there was literally nothing stopping me from going to the monkey. Once arrived at the Megapithecus' domain, my first move was trying to spread out my Rexes and try to not have them fall off in this pit, because if they do, they're gone. As I was doing this, Megapithecus noticed and decided that he would just come over and fight us on the bridge. A small problem, but I think we'll manage.
Oh my fucking god. In the bag, dude. In the bag, in the bag, in the bag. Easy win. Easy win. Come on, dude. Don't do this to man. Easy win. Come on, man. Okay. Yeah, okay.
With the Mega Pifficus defeated, I was free to return home, knowing that I only had 3 bosses left. The boss did make a significant dent in my Rexes, but nothing that I couldn't recover from. Plus, I'll have to rebuild the whole army either way, so it doesn't even matter. Oh, by the way, I made the 3 alpha bosses drop black pearls, and the reason for this will make sense later in the video. But I won't really make tech until all 3 bosses are defeated, so yeah.
Moment of truth, I'm not looking. Please, 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 please tell me it's 43 HP, please. Yes! Female.
While waiting, I crafted the classic scuba ghillie suit because it was finally time to man up and headed to the redwood, once and for all. After achieving absolutely nothing, I said, you know what? I have a plan. So I returned home, made an industrial cooker and used all my narcotics and tinto berries to make medical brews. I also colored my stuff yellow like in the previous video, which you should definitely watch. And afterwards I tried getting the mail one more time.
Oh my god.
With that out of the way, I returned to the spawn cave ready to get that artifact one way or another. The plan this time was that instead of using brute force, I was going to sneak my way to the cave. And surprisingly, it actually worked. Back at base, I'm pleased to say that this finally happened.
Bam. Oh my fucking god. Alpha Dragon. Oh, okay. Fuck. It only took 23 hours to get a mail with the good stats.
While waiting for the Rex to grow so I could begin the final preparations, I went on looking for alphas, wandering around doing literally everything to pass the time. And as the sun rose on the 26th day, the breed Rex finally grew so I wasted no time and got rebreeding an army big enough to take down the last 2 harbingers of the Overseer. From the batch, I made sure to only grab the 43-44 Rexes as the other ones will be used for leveling. I also made sure to turn the old boss squad into scrap metal and finally invest in an industrial forge. Thought you never hear those words coming out of my mouth, huh? But now you might be wondering, Baron, why on earth would you make an industrial forge so late into the run? You have the grinder, right? Well, my dear viewer, the reason for that is because I plan to grow all the babies, rebreed and then kill them for metal. And then obviously smelt that metal in the industrial forge. Making these many Rexes also had very bad effects on my PC as it did not approve of what the fuck I was doing. With the last noticeable breed happening, I got to killing the leftover babies for XP. As with each passing second, the 3 bosses got closer and closer.
45, oh my days.
I also made sure to give myself a new main, as Verdun, despite being strong, was lacking critical health points which can definitely make the difference in such boss fights. After that I committed mass genocide and killed all the grown up Rexes for metal, as I've said earlier. And after harvesting the mass genocide, I got about 7,500 scrap metal. Way more than I'd ever need. With the last Rex leveled and named, I grabbed the artifacts, took a deep breath and set out to Kinopolis to beat the spider for the third and last time. The plan to beat her was to have all my Rexes into the nearby corner and wait for her to come to us, because if we go to her, the already spawned Araneos can deal crazy damage to my Rexes. And as I've said, I don't have a Utyrannus, so literally everything I can get my hands on will help. I was also trying to spread them out so they wouldn't cram behind each other and don't attack, as we need to kill her and we need to do it fast, so to compensate I was going to use my shotgun as much as possible to act as the 21st Rex.
I think we got it. I think we got it. We got it. We got it. We got it. Oh my fucking god, we got it, dude. Oh my fucking god, we got it, dude. Oh. Oh my god, 500. Okay, yeah. I don't need this, but I don't need this. So now I just gotta go back home. Okay.
The Broodmother definitely left a lasting impression and set the bar for the dragon fight. If she was this tough, how tough will the dragon actually be? These are questions that will be answered at a later date, because for now it's time to regear and rebuild that army. The sole male survivor also got a new name and got fed a bunch of babies for levels, but that unfortunately didn't last very long as I lost him in a very stupid way. Since the shotgun was so useful, I thought why not make more bullets for the dragon? I mean, why not, right? In the meantime, I got a new main and leveled him up like crazy, then I made a great replicator. The tech canteen was going to be life-changing, especially for the hot dragon arena. The replicator also came in handy for making more bullets, so yeah, not a bad of an investment overall. With that done, I rebuilt the army and prepared for what will undoubtedly be a really tough fucking fight. My first move after spawning into his realm was to quickly get all my guys on the biggest platform, as this meant I used the only advantage I had, and just like with the Broodmother, I was going to go on foot and use my shotgun.
Easy.
I gotta admit, I did get a little bit lucky, but hey, we got the fucking dragon, boy! Back home, I was finally allowed to make the full set of tech, which I have no footage of as I forgot to record. The reason I wanted the tech was because it will come in crazy handy for the final fight, which we'll see in just a moment, but before moving on to the man himself, the Overseer, I kinda had to rebuild my army a little bit. I'm now going for 20 because I'm not fucking crazy, and besides I also want to have some fun with the tech. The reason for this being that I wanted more gunpowder and more bullets for the final boss. Since I've been using yellow color for 2 videos now, I decided to change it up a little bit and use black with red accents, and I gotta say, I look like a full-blown villain. The final preparations consisted of getting some more bullets, crafting a few more tech canteens to deal with the extreme temperatures, repairing my shotgun, and getting mentally ready for what will probably be the hardest boss I've beaten so far. And I'm saying this with all my heart because I know that there's a stupidly high chance I'll die and lose this challenge. For the fight, I was going to grab 9 Rexes, half female, half male, about 1700 bullets, 3 tech canteens, some soup, and a shadow stick that I had gotten in drop a few hours earlier. And with that said, let's beat this shit. Once arrived inside the cave, I ran into a very big problem. The fact that Rexes were scaled to the Alpha Tech Cave level, so about 600-700, very basic. It also didn't help that my Rexes were incredibly stupid and kept falling into the lava. So after having enough, I made the bold decision to abandon everybody and ran up all the way to the end of the cave and beat the Overseer by myself. As I was walking the corridors of the tech cave, I noticed all my fallen brethren get eaten by the Overseer's Rexes. I knew that I wasn't allowed to fail. Not now, and certainly not after making it so far. Overseer, my man, you are going down right here, right now. Okay, yeah, just kidding. Sit at the ledge up here. Yeah, I'm basically gonna sit here and shoot him until he dies. Very boring, I know, but it's not really possible otherwise. Doing the tech cave with more axes is a total disaster, and doing it with my batch would have probably not been very fun. The thing with this guy was that the only thing that could touch me were his drones, so all that was left for me to do was shoot him with all I had. Every once in a while, the Overseer also transforms to the 3 bosses that you had to defeat to get to him. The problem is that I thought that he only does it once per fight. Well, turns out that he can transform as many times as he fucking wants. And the problem is that I do not have infinite shotgun bullets or durability, so it didn't take too long before the inevitable happened. Okay, so if this guy actually has more bosses to spawn for me, I'm pretty much fucked. But if he doesn't, then this should be in the bag. This should be one. But I really hope he does have any more bosses, because if he does, yeah.